What is going on, guys? Mobile Carrier News here, and in this video I'm going to basically be talking about LTE or 5G. Now, in my settings, iPhone 12 settings right here, as you can see, I'm on LTE. Now I can switch to 5G pretty much whenever I want, on, off, it can go both ways, 5G, LTE. Right now I have 3 bars of 5G, which is kind of rare in my opinion, because I don't really get three bars of 5G indoors. I just usually get it, I usually get 2 or 1. But in this video, we're going to talk about, should you be using 5G for your iPhone and Android? I know I don't have an Android, but I'm going to speak for Android users as well, and people who are on Verizon specifically, because I don't have the other carriers. I will have them eventually, but if you're on Verizon, should you be using 5G or LTE? So the reason I say this is because I've noticed for obvious reasons, LTE is honestly better than 5G at the moment. Obvious reasons, because 5G is a new technology. It's a new generation of technology, and it's not really it's not good at the moment. It's like still in its beta stages. Like basically when you use a new app or game, it's gonna have glitches. It needs to be fixed. It needs to be perfected. You're right. It needs to be perfected. So I noticed LTE is better connection. I've also noticed LTE is a better connection indoors. Not in my area specifically, but I've noticed it's getting better. It's honestly getting better in my work area. And I'm starting to get 3 bars of LTE. So the LTE at my work is improving. It really is improving. It's not as bad anymore. I believe I covered this video about a week, almost 2 weeks ago. And it's honestly getting better. But in my own personal opinion, should you be using LTE or 5G? I honestly think I'm going to start using LTE more than 5G. I'll do 5G speed tests here and there, and cover news when 5G is what's going on with 5G for all carriers. But in my opinion, I'm going to be using LTE, because I've noticed when I'm deprioritized with LTE, I notice I get better speeds, which is honestly kind of weird, because I did a speed test. I don't remember what area I did a speed test with, but I did a speed test in a certain area that I remember. When I get deprioritized, I get pretty bad speeds. I think I get 30 to 20 megabytes per second upload and download speed. And when I use LTE that day, keep in mind, this is like in a neighborhood that nobody uses 5G, because in a neighborhood, people mostly use Wi-Fi. I mean, like, you're not going to see a crowd of people doing speed tests or using the same tower network. It's close. It's by the beach, but it's not at the beach. It's probably like a couple blocks or neighborhoods, away from the beach. And I did a speed test there. I noticed my LTE got faster. Keep in mind, I was deprioritized, like heavy. Like I've used over my 50 gigabyte limit. I used it all up, and I used LTE, and I was getting 100 megabytes per second. I was getting 50 megabytes per second. Now I know this will not always happen with any 5G or LTE. We know this won't happen, because when you're deprioritized, you're deprioritized. You're not gonna just because you got good speeds once doesn't mean you're out of deprioritization. You're still stuck with it, because Verizon doesn't have enough bandwidth. They need to deploy CBRS. They need to deploy nationwide CBRS, nationwide 5G, C-band, all that stuff. But I've noticed speeds are generally better with LTE, even when I'm deprioritized. Keep in mind, when I'm slowed down to my lowest, I still get good speeds, and I'm able to load stuff more efficiently. Don't get me wrong, loading with 5G is good too. It's, even though it's not as big. I believe I was in, I think, San Diego, or in a certain part of California. I don't remember where though. It was fully covered with 5G. And I was getting good speeds. And even when I was away from it, I still got 5G service. The signal bar right here, I got a good signal bar, and I was getting good speeds too there. So it's like a hit or miss, especially if you're deprioritized. It's a hit or miss for anyone in general. But I personally believe using LTE is just better. It's for both. It's a good experience for regardless if you especially if you stream video. If you play a video, if you download one, upload one, both network services, 5G and LTE, perform pretty good. When you upload and watch a video or download content, looking at TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat, all those, all the big streaming platforms, Instagram, all that stuff. But I do believe, I do believe LTE is going to be my main, stay. Because I know that at least I hope, I think they're still improving LTE. That I honestly have to ask a representative or someone high and expert in the Verizon field, for even for T-Mobile, all carriers. I wanna ask that question. Are you still improving LTE? Are you still improving this network right here? Because LTE is, like I said, the backbone of the whole network. And I understand you're turning with all the towers that Verizon has, and T-Mobile and AT&T. I'm including all carriers here. All carriers, they're turning this tower that has this service into this. They're turning into this service a higher efficiency forms of downloading and uploading, lower latency, better data management, and overall better quality and everything above that is 5G. I do believe they need to continue improving LTE for the most part, because LTE is still lacking. Very, like everyone knows this. They're still lacking, and it's not like I'm not like roasting all carriers that lack LTE. LTE is great. LTE was great with them when I had T-Mobile, and LTE was fantastic when I had AT&T. But I really want them to keep improving and upgrading their service to this, because sooner or later, when we're going on to 6G after this, right? When 6, 7, or 8G is around, LTE is going to be, I think LTE is going to be the next shutdown, which they're basically going to convert all LTE to probably 5G or 6G, whatever it is. They're going to convert it. So in other words, LTE is going to be, the word letter LTE is going to be gone, but it's going to be replaced with 5G or 6G. It's going to be replaced. It's still going to be there, it's still going to be there for future, because LTE was the backbone. We started with LTE, but it's going to be converted to faster, higher latency speeds. Lower latency, better performance, better upload quality, everything. So I really hope they upgrade this, LTE especially, because sooner or later we're going to turn this into this, or 6G. Whatever comes first, however they switch it. It has to be improved. Eventually, all carriers will be nationwide, like all areas will be covered. In the future, all areas will be covered. And when every state is cut, well, at least that's what I believe. I could be wrong. All states might not be covered. That might take 10 years. I honestly have no clue. But I do believe we'll get to that point someday. But when that does happen, I do believe we have to have improved 5G and LTE. Everything has to be improved, because, the services will invest billions and just make overall the network better. It really will be. Let me know what you guys think about this. I'm curious to guys what you guys think about this. LTE or 5G? You can make your own decision. For my own, just opinion, I'm sticking with LTE because it's better. It's better efficient. It's better usage. 5G is great. Don't get me wrong, but it still needs improvement, and I'll stick to LTE. I've noticed when I go to when I go to an area that has 5G, one bar, it takes a little long for my let's say I want to play a song. It takes a little while, like a little bit of lag to get there. But when I go to LTE, it's a little faster. So we know LTE is honestly better than 5G at the moment. Keep improving LTE. And 5G will get there. 5G will surpass LTE eventually, sooner or later. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.